When we calibrate our system, we measure electrical reference elements, we call them calibration standards, with known electrical models, with known electrical characteristics. These characteristics are usually described over lumped elements like capacitances or inductances or resistances associated with the open, short, and load standard. And we also use some modeling approaches to describe losses and delays in our transmission lines. These parameters are calibration substrate dependent and also probe type dependent and probe configuration dependent. And you may imagine that one calibration substrate supporting probes from 100 to 250 micron pitch may have a lot of different parameters associated with even the same calibration substrate and calibration standard, like an open with 100 micron pitch probe may have totally different model parameters as the same open when it's measured by 250 micron pitch ground single ground probe on the same calibration substrate. If you don't have calibration software, an operator of the machine must key in all these parameters into the network analyzer graphical user interface and creating the cal kit. This is not only a tedious task. Some parameters are not possible to enter directly for some network analyzers. You need to do the model conversion parameters and recompute what is effective delay of your load standard based on the inductance parameters of the load standard and so on. It's a complicated task. QAlibria has all these data in the database. And this is not only for the calibration standards and probes from MPI, it's open architecture database, and QAlibria has records of any types of the probes from any vendor available today on the market, same as any calibration substrate available on the market today. Let me just demonstrate you how we switched from one model parameter to another model parameter. I would like to use the probe configuration widget. Just enlarge it. So, and now we are on the screen where we can change the type of the probe and we can change, for instance, the probe pitch. Just go a little bit more in details in the settings. And my system is configured right now with the AC2 calibration substrate, which supports the probe from 100 to 250 micron pitch probes. This is it. It's already configured, predefined, and QAlibria lists me here all possible configurations of the probes I can use on the system which are compatible with this particular calibration substrate. It doesn't list me probes with 500 micron pitch or 1000 micron pitch, even if those records are available in the database, but it can be used with this particular calibration substrate. There is no point to list them here. But we can select a ground single ground probe configuration, not only 50, but say 250 micron pitch. And by just changing the pitch of the probe and changing the probe configuration from here, we also change, as we just discussed, the equivalent models of our open, short, and load standard. Let me give an example. What is the open capacitance of the probe that measured by 250 micron ground single ground probe? This is 7.1 femtofarad. And if we go back to our original configuration, which is 150 micron pitch probe, we even don't need to go very deep in details on the settings because QAlibria lists here all previously available and configurable probe for very quick configuration changes. So this is 150 micron pitch probe. Let's go back here. Remember, we had the parameter 7.1 when we switch from 250 to 150 micron pitch. So we have 6.1 femtofarad. So all model parameters are changed automatically, and operator should actually not even think about it, what parameter should be entered and how they must be defined. The QAlibria does this job for you. Simply look at the probe box, check the probe configuration, and select the right probe and right pitch from the list of available probes. Simple like that.